Welcome to the Credit Union Connection podcast. I'm Sarah Snell Cooke, of course, and today I am talking with Chip Griffith, who is the Chief Member Experience Officer at OneAZ Credit Union, about something that credit unions should be doing more of. Although many of you do plenty, that's financial education, financial literacy, financial wellness, whatever we want to call it today. Now, here's a statistic that should get your attention. Only 41% of Americans work with a financial advisor, and it's way lower for younger people. Gen Z isn't getting financial education in school. I've seen it with my kids, and they're not getting it at home either, although I do work with my kids on that. So they're turning to TikTok and YouTube and figuring out the hard way. OneAZ has seen this gap and did something about it. They've certified 60 of their employees as financial coaches and offer 3 workshops: building credit, creating a budget, and managing debt. So Chip walks us through how they're making financial coaching accessible, what the certification process looks like, and why every credit union should be thinking about this if they still want to be around for the next 75 years. So this is how credit unions can live their mission, and let's get going. Alrighty, hello, welcome everybody. My name is Sarah Snell Cooke, your host here at the Credit Union Connection. I am joined today by the wonderful, awesome, just met him, but no, he's wonderful and awesome, Chip Griffith. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for coming. And Chip is the Chief Member Experience Officer at OneAZ Credit Union. Tell us a little bit more about yourself and the credit union.
Yeah, so I've been at the credit union for 7 years at OneAZ. This is actually my first credit union. So I grew up in the mortgage business, went to the banking world. The secret of the beauty of credit unions was unique to me until I was introduced a little over probably 8 years ago to
Mhm.
really see, the people helping people approach and what truly makes it different in the financial industry space. And I've loved every minute of it and have been able to grow along the way.
Yeah. No, I was talking to somebody earlier about how you're either born into credit unions or you fall into them, one way or the other. That's how we find them. And so, excuse me. And one of the things that Investopedia has recently found that only 41% of Americans use a financial advisor. And it's way lower than that for younger people. I know my kids don't have them, but those are also the Gen Z people who we want to bring into our credit unions and who also want to be educated on this kind of stuff. I know my daughter calls nonstop about questions about money. Um, but that's how it happens. People are turning to their family, their friends, TikTok, if you will, sometimes. Um, So this has obviously been a hallmark of credit unions overall as an industry, but how does one AZ view financial education and literacy and wellness?
Well, I think you call it out. I mean, I think the challenges are very clear. I mean, the stat that you mentioned obviously is impressive in a negative light, of course, on what the
Yeah.
opportunity is. And honestly, credit unions have generally tended to support more of the baby boomer era, and those are the ones that got the most education early on and are the most equipped. So as we look at the future, as we look at growing our membership to be more diverse from an age, and the Gen Z, that 18 to 29-year-olds are not getting a lot of that education in high school and prior, and in many cases they're not getting it home either. So if we want to be a financial industry institution that truly supports the community, we need to step up and provide some resources and some tools to really bridge that gap, so folks can grow and grow with us, and we're growing with them at the same time.
Yeah, yeah. No, I always give my boomer dad a hard time because he'll give me lectures on money management and stuff. I'm like, you had a defined benefit plan for retirement. I don't. I am self-employed. Um, yeah, so I think there are different tools that have evolved along the way, including retirement plans. And so from what I understand, One AZ offers this really personalized, in-depth financial coaching on various topics from money management to debt reduction. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I think it came in the heart of hearing some of those stats that scared us, and when we looked at our credit union's been around close to 75 years, and if we want to be around another 75 years, we're going to need to make sure that our members have a good level of financial education, and so we identified some of those gaps, and there was a program in the credit union industry that allowed our associates or employees to get certified and really to be that steward of education for the communities that we serve in. And so I actually was personally the first one for our credit union that went first through the program. 12-week program, again, just to get through the certification. Really wanted to understand and see how it fit, see how it fit the need, and obviously measure the quality and all of that, and finished with the proctor exam and kind of went through that process, and then rolled it out to our organization, and with the goal of having every single banker in the entire organization be certified as a certified financial coach and be able to deliver these workshops that now we've created, three workshops in-house to be able to deliver that to the community. So we do a little bit online, and definitely support our teams that are more member facing and forward facing, whether it's in the branch or our call center or even our virtual team, that are certified to be able to help, as our members need it ultimately.
Right, right. And so how do you go about delivering that to your members? Because you're a larger credit union too. Lots and lots of members out there to reach.
We are, which means there's a lot of opportunity as well. So we've put it on. I mean, it's an appointment that you can schedule with us. So similar to I want to open a checking account or I want to do a auto loan application, you can sign up for one of our three offerings, which we have one on building credit, one on creating a budget, and another on managing debt. All of which are very important. So we've got that tool. If you're someone that really wants the hands-on personal approach, you've got someone there that really can walk you through these step-by-step programs. And we even have follow-up information and emails that they can, once they've had the appointment, follow up on and do some self-serving themselves. Or we have
Mhm.
tools on our website too. There's some that don't want to, it is a little bit personal, right? And so if you don't want that in person, you're not ready for that, we've got some tools online that you can use as well.
Yeah, it certainly feels less judgy doing it online, I imagine. Um, and what you mentioned earlier too is kids aren't getting this in school either. Like my kids, I know we moved to where we did because it was some of the best schools in the country. When it came to home economics class and their financial literacy segment, the teacher was like, let's let's bake cookies instead. And I'm like, my daughter was like freaking out because of what I do. She knows all about credit unions. Then I consequently freaked out as well. Do you see that kind of maybe resistance in the school systems to working more closely with credit unions on the financial literacy side?
Yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
I was fortunate. Both of my parents were teachers, so I grew up in schools, almost 7 days a week, depending on what was going on with schools or sports or anything like that. And my wife's also a teacher.
Wow.
I started that route, and thought that was going to be my path. It ended up being a little bit of a change, which is why I think, so passionate about this topic, is because I definitely see myself as a part-time teacher, even in the business sector, but.
Hmm.
I think what I see today is as costs have elevated in schools, and funding has been so scrutinized over the years. A lot of the things that get cut are some of these, what are called special programs,
Hmm.
and so they make the assumption that they'll get it elsewhere, and maybe that, in a lot of cases parents step up and fill that gap, but other cases, depending on education levels or knowledge or opportunity, they just don't have that, and they have to
Hmm.
lean on a TikTok or
Hmm.
YouTube or something like that, or find out the hard way after something negative happened in their financial situation to reach out. So yeah, I think it is a challenge. It's a real problem, and I'm happy to see credit unions stepping up and trying to address it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And as we should. Um, And so talk a little bit about what that coaching process looks like. I mean, you're digging into their, look at this is what we see in your account and you shouldn't be spending this or you whatever. I don't know. How does that look?
Well, we are. I mean, I think the more information you know, the more real the experience is and the interaction is, the more value that we can add on our side. So we do offer when appointments set, there's pre-work that we ask. For instance, if it's, creating a budget, we want to know all of their, the bills that they're paying and what is a need versus a want, so we can talk through what that looks like. And so I think there's what they put in is what they get out of it, but the more prepared they come to the appointments, the better their feel when they go away. But we see all levels. Some come in with nothing, with a little bit more of a standoff approach. I'm going to wait and see. Some are, open book, and they bring a pad folio with all of the information for the last 5 years, and it's a little bit overwhelming to go through and everything in between. So we've been happy so far to see, again, the opportunity that's there, but the willingness that our members have to listen to tools and solutions to some of their challenges.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, do you know how many of your team are actually working on this with the different members? Any
Yeah,
idea?
we have today, I think we have about 60
Wow.
certified financial coaches. So it really has grown. And those are all in member-facing roles, whether it be by phone, in person. So it's growing every single day. In fact, I was just in a branch yesterday and heard a cheering, and it was the pushing the button to pass the certification test. So
Oh,
it's a big
nice.
deal internally. We know we have an opportunity to really be stewards in the community, and this is just one way we can do it.
Yeah, yeah. And how does that affect the employee experience too? I imagine they're, like you said, they're pretty excited to be able to better serve members.
Absolutely. I mean, I think they're going through it. They're learning so much, throughout. I mean, I personally have 25 years in the financial services industry, and when I was going through the program at the start, I thought, okay, I'm going to do this to make sure that I understand what my team's going to go through. But I was learning throughout. So as much as I can only imagine what that's like for some of our teammates that maybe only have 3, 5, 10 years in the industry. There's probably a lot they can learn. So to truly
Hmm.
be that expert is it's something you're constantly learning, constantly growing, and I think our members are appreciative that we're taking that approach.
Right. And investing in your employees is always good to give them another skill
Yes.
for yourselves as well as just to make them feel invested in, like I said. Um, and so why why is it important for OneAZ and every credit union serving their communities to really dig into this role of provider of financial education and literacy?
Yeah, I mean, I think just the overall financial health of, we serve the state of Arizona. So we want the state of Arizona to have a fantastic financial health throughout. Of course, we support our members and even those outside of the community that aren't members yet. And so we really want to be there for them and understand. And we're open to making adjustments to the offerings that we have as well. If there's a
Mhm.
need that we didn't identify initially, we're open to making those updates, creating new curriculum, and really supporting because we see that depending on the age group, it really does change the type of curriculum that we push out and that we offer. And so we do some that are in the schools and in high schools where we offer financial education. We offer some to our members. We also offer workshops to our wealth management group
Mhm.
offers workshops for their members as well. So a variety of different timelines depend, for some, they might be looking just to buy their first vehicle. For others, they're looking for a full wealth plan and a retirement plan for themselves too, and everything in the middle too. So we
Mhm.
have to be flexible, flexible throughout.
Yeah, and one of the things people typically think of the kids, high schoolers, 20 somethings, when you're talking about financial literacy, but it's everybody, everybody. Um, so, and not a lot of credit unions offer financial management options. as far as like longer term financial planning. How is that helping your credit union, your members by offering that?
Well, I think we want to offer everything from start to finish, from your first savings account as an infant that you're putting money in for maybe that college education, all the way to the full retirement plan and adult care and all of those things that go in it. But we want to be available every step of the way, and not push someone elsewhere, just based on the products and services that we don't have. So I think that's really important to understand the needs of our members, the community, our future members, and having those touch points all the way throughout is important.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So I always allow my guests the final thoughts. What would you like to leave our credit union audience with today?
Well, I just think I'm really happy. Again, the teacher at heart, from me, really is proud of this program, but also proud of the credit union industry, and want to keep pushing things forward and demonstrating how we are different. Today, my credit union is celebrating the acquisition of a local bank, so we're able to tell that story, and so that's fresh in my mind, and certainly capacity as well. But spread that story and let everyone know all the good work that's happening.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it, Chip.
Thank you.